Hi guys, Jaclyn Murphy here from Upwell Health Collective. I'm an accredited exercise physiologist and running coach. Today we are reviewing the New Balance FuelCell Rebel. The New Balance FuelCell Rebel is the latest and greatest running shoe from New Balance. The 175 gram shoe has a 6mm drop and provides a responsive feel underfoot. The trace fibre upper provides a lightweight midfoot support, while the breathable forefoot and bootie construction creates an aerodynamic fit with minimal friction and maximal lightness. The FuelCell Rebel has a Revlite midsole and FuelCell forefoot, increasing the responsiveness and enhancing energy return. The distinguishable and unique lateral wing on the midsole disperses pressure evenly throughout the foot, making for a nice smooth ride. On first trying on the New Balance FuelCell Rebel, there was a sense of comfort and stability, while also an apparent lightness to the shoe. The shoe fits like a glove, like putting on an old pair of slippers. My initial concerns were around the shoe being quite light. After having had previous foot injuries and previously worn heavier and softer shoes, a very first test run of the shoe, a couple of minutes in the treadmill, helped reduce these concerns. However, the real test was going to be when I started running outside on local footpath. On the first morning lacing up the shoe, my initial fears returned, however, headed out the door. Within the first kilometre, I could feel the difference in the New Balance FuelCell Rebel. I felt stable in controlling my run, my foot landing was flawless, and my takeoff had power and stability. The first run was an easy pace 7.5 kilometres, however, I kept catching myself wanting to run faster due to the optimised landing position and weight of the shoe. Further, I had had some nagging hip pain in the weeks leading up to running in the New Balance FuelCell. However, that didn't seem to be an issue, and I don't think this was a coincidence. In the days that followed, I ran a shorter run of about 4 kilometres and another run of about 6 in the Rebel, followed by my longer Sunday run. My first impressions were that I wouldn't be able to complete a long run in these shoes. However, I was pleasantly surprised by the feel and comfort over 14 k's on the Sunday that had some low-grade trails, road and bike path. While I'm yet to run in the Rebel in the rain or wet conditions, I would anticipate that due to the base, it might slip around on wet surfaces and would not recommend this for a true or technical trail. These are lightweight shoes that are ideal for road running and racing. Further, the Rebel is not for everyone. The Rebel is suited to someone who has a natural tendency to land towards the mid or forward foot and potentially a lighter weight runner. This would not be suited to a runner who has a high disposition to land on their heel or a heavier runner. I am a raving fan of this shoe and would highly recommend it after having been in a variety of shoes over the last 3 to 4 years. I feel the New Balance FuelCell Rebel is here to stay. This shoe could be integrated into the rotation for someone who likes a lighter weight or racing shoe for their speed workouts, or for someone who prefers their easier and longer runs for getting a heavier, softer shoe. As always though, comfort must come first for running shoes. The New Balance FuelCell Rebel are just like sliding into your Ugg boots at the end of the day. If you're a runner with a similar profile to myself, looking for a lightweight, neutral training shoe that can take you from your Saturday park run through to your next half marathon, then the New Balance FuelCell Rebel could be the shoe you've been searching for. I would rate this shoe a 9 out of 10.